I've decided to make a quick YouTube on how to iron on C's and A's on hockey jerseys. I normally sew them, but this is gonna work for today because the jerseys are only gonna get used this year. So I looked on YouTube, there wasn't much info. So here's what I've learned. You're gonna set the dial to cotton on the iron, even though the jerseys aren't cotton. I believe this is because it's one of the hottest settings. We are not gonna use steam. And that's only because I read that we are not going to use steam. So I've actually poured the water out. One side of the letter is like, you can see the material, like the grain of it. The other side, you can see it. It has this like, you know, slick patch. This is what's going to heat up and glue to the material. For hockey jerseys, it has this nice line here. So you really want to make sure the top of the A is following the line of the seam and that it's as straight as possible before you apply the iron. Because once you apply the iron to it, it is not going to move. This is why if it's a jersey that's going to be used more than 1 year by a player, you must sew it on and not iron it on. But in this case, they're in their last year, so we can iron it on so that when they hang it up, they'll always remember they had that A. I like to do it about an inch and a quarter from the top of the seam. Once everything's lined up and the iron is heated properly, we're gonna place it on top and definitely try not to move the letter. So we're tacking it down. It doesn't take much to heat it up. I want to make sure I'm moving it around enough that I'm not burning the jersey, because this material is sensitive to heat. So don't hold it in one place for too long, and then give it a good pressing. I mean, it's so simple. It's way easier than sewing, but like I said, pretty permanent. Now I've turned it inside out, and I'm just gonna give it one little blast of heat from the other side. And that should do it. And there we have it. Only 7 more to go. Side note, these jerseys smell so bad when you apply heat to it. It's so gross. Ugh. You only need to keep the heat on for maybe 10 to 20 seconds. It actually adheres pretty well, pretty quickly. Now, you don't want to be dragging it down and flipping the little edges of these corners. The corners are the part that you want the most sealed to the jersey, because that's the part we don't want lifting up when we're washing it, or you know, when it gets into a little tussle or something like that. I'm also going to make another video of how to sew it on. But for this video, we're good.